Hi, I'm Jesus, and this video is going to look at the biggest trade-up fails in the history of CSGO. Sponsored by CS Money, the quick, easy and safe skins marketplace. More about them later, and we're going to be seeing some of the biggest disasters YouTubers have uploaded to the platform over the years, and have a look at just where they went wrong. Now, we're going to start with an honourable mention. You might have heard of the Chinese guy who accidentally traded up this $3,500 Titan holocraft, a Titan holocraft that just happened to belong to somebody else. McSkillet did a video about this trade up back in the day, and the reaction is pretty wholesome.
4连泰坦的 USP 嘛，没事没事，我赔你，多少钱？不，这个怪我，是怪我自己，怪我合成。
Yep, $3,500 down the drain? No problem, no problem. Now, I don't think this one really fits on the list because, from my perspective, it's not a trade-up fail. It's a trade-up fuck-up instead, a different thing. But speaking of content I can plagiarise off McSkillet, we've got this trade-up, done by a guy called Roffle. Now, many of you may have heard of Roffle. He was a big figure in the trading community back in the day. He's got a stream, he's got a YouTube channel. I know him, very smart guy, and he's currently making a lot of money selling shoes. And he's just been given 9 M4 AONS Knights and 1 Scar 20 Cyrex by a viewer to try and trade up for a Dragon Lore on stream. And it's not going to go very well.
Right, so this gives us a 00133934 with a 5% chance of the Desert Strike and the Vulcan.
No, it doesn't. Now, I should contextualize this because Roffle is doing this trade up before we understood how trade up contracts work properly, and that's something Roffle himself was involved in figuring out. But basically, at the time, people assumed that 9 Cobblestone skins and 1 Huntsman K skin would give you a 90% chance of getting a Dragon Lore. And the problem is, your actual odds are only 82%, and even though that still looks fairly good, it means your chances of failing are almost double what people thought they were at the time, and this did not end well for Roffle.
I always feel like I'm gonna fuck something up. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, this is gonna go so badly, isn't it? I swear to God, if I fuck this up for you, I'm gonna be sad. Oh, it's gonna be a fucking AK.
Ah, don't worry bro, they weren't your skins anyway. Now, McSkillet has had a few trade up disasters of his own. One of the best was an attempt to trade up for a StatTrak factory new Fire Serpent. Now, this is a very popular skin to make videos about. It's a high risk, high return trade up, and it gets a lot of views. But a lot of the fails never make it to YouTube, but this trade up is an exception. So after doing an enormous trade up video where he got 5 StatTrak factory new P90 Emerald Dragons, McSkillet was also left with a bunch of skins with just the right conditions to trade up for a StatTrak factory new AK-47 Fire Serpent. Normally, it's very hard to do. You need very low float skins, it's very expensive, it's very difficult, but McSkillet just happened to have the right stuff lying around, and he decided to give it a go. Now, he's got 4 filler skins here. Hypnotics. This makes the trade up cheaper, but it also means he's got a 25% chance of getting an AWP Lightning Strike, and that would really suck if that happened. Imagine if it did. But even if he gets a Bravo K skin, half the time it is going to be a Golden Koi, and that would suck too. And I don't know exactly how much this trade up would have cost back then, maybe $2,000, maybe a bit less than that, but either way, it definitely ended with an oof.
Golden Koi 2016. Are we gonna get that AWP Lightning Strike 2016? Golden Koi.
Yes, that's a surprisingly chill reaction, particularly compared to Anomaly, who decided to take revenge on Nearby Furniture when he failed a Fire Serpent trade up. Now, McSkillet and Anomaly weren't the only guys to have trouble with Fire Serpents. You may have heard of a certain ninja assassin in the CSGO community, employed by militaries around the world to defuse bomb attacks right under the noses of terrorists. This is his official image, but I can confirm, thanks to some classified information, that he actually looks like this. But it turns out this veteran soldier's biggest battle isn't with the terrorists, but with the Fire Serpent. as I mentioned before, this skin is hard to get in factory new. You have to use very, very low float inputs, and you're probably going to be working on very, very slender margins. Use one wrong skin, and your Fire Serpent isn't going to be factory new. And even the most decorated of war heroes can sometimes make mistakes, and for poor old Sparkles, this one is gonna end in heartbreak.
Come on, come on. Yes! It's minimal. It's not minimal wear. Is it minimal wear? Oh my god, did I put in the wrong thing in the contract?
Yes, yes he did, and that has got to be annoying. I've got to say, I feel a little bit sorry for him. What do you think about this, Chairman G?
女士们、先生们，大家
Fucking hell, okay. That's a bit of an overreaction. Right, okay, right, moving on. So, I've had my own misadventures with the AK Fire Serpent. You can see the aftermath on stream. I don't want to show the actual thing. It's a bit too traumatic for me. I've only just finished counselling. So, instead, we're going to move on to another honourable mention. You might know Mo, a man known for being very expressive. Well, Mo once accidentally traded up his Blue Gem 5.7 case hardened. I'm afraid this is the best footage of it I can find. It's not that great, but you can see it here. This is like 2014, by the way. It's really old. Not nearly as bad a fuck up as that x4 Titan holocraft, but still less than ideal. Now, the next person we're going to focus on is Powwick. Powwick is a friend of mine. I've collabed with him before, so you probably know who he is. And Powwick is a living embodiment of a trade-up fail. Shit luck appears to flow through his veins. And if you don't believe me, I think this montage will speak for itself.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Now, you might be wondering how this one counts as a fail. I mean, it's a Prince, right? It's pretty expensive. What's Powwick upset about there? Well, the problem is, he was going for a Gungnir, not a Prince. The Prince was a fail option in this contract, so he actually lost money on that. Now, I said I'd explain where these people went wrong, and in Powwick's case, it's actually nothing to do with the trade-ups. It's actually selection bias. You see, normally, when YouTubers fail their trade-up contracts, they don't really draw too much attention to it. Powwick has a different approach. He likes to let people know about it, which is why there's so many examples of him failing stuff, not because he's unlucky, but because he's honest. Now, there's one more type of disaster I want to talk about, and that would be chain disasters. You see, a lot of people like to do a whole bunch of high-risk trade-ups in a row for their videos. It makes for very good viewing, very exciting, but sometimes it results in them getting a conga line of fails and ripping colossal amounts of money in one slow motion disaster after another. So, for example, a guy I know called Quanxy did 7 StatTrak factory new AK Fire Serpent trade up attempts and failed all of them. Poor guy. But he only had a 23.1% chance of actually getting something, so it's not that unbelievable that it didn't work out. Sparkles, on the other hand, was a lot more unlucky with his x15 10% Dragonlord trade-up video. He failed all 15 of those. That's not the reaction of a happy man. Now, these trade-ups were actually using the wrong filler skins, so Sparkle's odds for each trade-up were more like 5% rather than 10%, which definitely didn't help, but there is actually a worst case out there, and that would be Prodigy's 10% Medusa trade-up until I hit it video. What could possibly go wrong? Well, as it happens actually, 14 10% Medusa trade-ups in a row could go wrong, at a loss of $930 each.
Oh my god.
So, determined to get a Medusa, he decided to do a 50% trade-up. That also failed. At a loss of $3,800. The odds of failing all of this? 11.5%. Press F to pay respects. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, and a big thank you to CS Money for sponsoring this channel. CS Money is a skins marketplace that's quick, safe, and easy to use. You can buy skins there multiple ways, including by depositing your skins on the site in order to exchange. Obviously, I might need a bit more for this Talon Sapphire here, or you can use one of a huge range of payment options and you'll get a bonus if you deposit that way. Now, it also has some other cool features like a 3D item inspect feature and an item wiki. Both really useful features. You don't need to pay to use either of them. They're always available. So, really great site. I recommend checking it out. Link is in the description. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your guts. I'm Jesus. Thanks for watching. See ya.